Game. 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 That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field for the Seeds today. That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field for the Seeds today. That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field for the Seeds today. That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field for the Seeds today. That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field for the Seeds today. That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field for the Seeds today. That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field for the Seeds today. That will bring up Dylan Phillips, number 24, playing in right field
We are in the bottom half of the first inning. First batter for the Newton Rebels is Jack Sigris. It's hit by a pitch. Will be going over to first base. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. First batter for the Newton Rebels is Jack Sigris. It's hit by a pitch. Will be going over to first base. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. We are in the bottom half of the first inning.
That is the output. That's what sends it to the feed. That is the output. That's what sends it to the feed. And that's going to start repeating. That is, and it's going to continue. Foul balled on the first baseline will go out of play. Called strike for strike 3 in the at-bat to Lincoln Andrews, and the Rebels have runners at first and second, 1 away. Better, but we're not out of the woods just yet. Now when it loops through, it's just real faint. Joey Martinez now coming to the plate. Runners at first and second. Rebels down by a pair after a 2-run shot by Caleb Farmer in the top of the first. There's 1 away here. And Blake Fry on the mound. Pitch comes inside, and it'll be called a ball. Want to know your count. Throw to third will be in time. And Jag Sechrist will be caught stealing. And Bryce Nittler with the rifle down to third. He found Caleb Farmer. And now there's 2 away. A runner at first. Joey Martinez at the plate facing a 2-0 count. (3-0) now your count as the pitch comes well inside and swing and a miss. Ball will skitter away from Nittler, and that'll allow Brotman to go to second. And 3-1 count now with 2 away and a runner in scoring position.
Joey Martinez up there at 6 foot, 195 pounder from Gateway Community College.
Yep. Pitch upstairs. He'll duck away from it. Not sure how, but we ended up with a full count there. Unreal. That one in the dirt, and he should walk. And that'll bring up Lachlan Ross, playing third base for the Rebels today. He comes to the plate with 2 away here in the bottom of the first, and a pair of runners on. Rebs in search of their first win after last night's ball game was rained out over in Hutchinson. Called strike right down Broadway.
Brotman at second base made a small attempt to go to third there, but held up.
Checks his swing in plenty of time with a pitch that's low. And that'll even the count at 1-1. Pitch comes over the inside half of the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1-2 the count. Pitch in the dirt will skitter away from Nittler, but no damage done as no Rebels move. And this is going to be one of those frustrating, confusing ball games as both teams are wearing black over white. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the first. That one back to the screen will fill the count and send runners to second and third on a wild pitch. And now Lachlan Ross will take a look at the payoff pitch. There is a place for him to go should this pitch not be in the zone. That would fill the bases for Enzo the Boom Bonventre, who's in the on-deck circle.
And Lachlan Ross is leading the Rebels in batting average. He comes in with a .667 average.
So we'll see what Ross has in mind here as Blake Fry takes a good look. And he'll walk. And the bases are now loaded for the Boom. If you're a Rebel fan, there's nobody you'd rather see at the plate with bases loaded. They can't walk him. If he gets a hold of one, this game's going to look a lot different. Pops him up into foul territory, and that will go out of play. He had bad intentions for that baseball, which is exactly what you want right now.
Bonventre's batting .308 here in the young season, as he's got 4 hits at 13 at bat.
Rebs looking for their first hit of the ball game right here. They get it, there'll be some runs scored. That comes inside, and that'll be an RBI off of a Bonventre's thigh. And it's 2-1.
And how big is that throw out at third base now?
Huge, because this would be a tie ball game without that. Of course, there's also the butterfly principle, which says that everything changes. So, but here we are. We've got, again, bases loaded and a conference on the mound. And by the way, should either of these teams qualify for the NBC World Series, conferences on the mound in the NBC World Series will be handled much differently than what you see right there, meaning there won't be anybody other than the manager and the pitcher on the mound. Everybody else has got to stay away. Ricky Hockett, right fielder, now coming to the plate for the Rebs.
This is a new player for the Newton Rebels. Ricky Hockett is a 5'10", 185-pounder from Friends University, and his hometown is Plainville, Kansas.
So the Falcon wants to fly right here, not fly out though. Rifle shot towards the parking lot, and the count is 0-1.
So you join the team, you get in the hot seat right away.
Yeah.
Bases loaded.
Bottom of the first, Rebs down by 1. That is going to be foul. Yep. That was right down the line, and it tailed foul. Excellent call by the home plate umpire. And that'll put it 0-2. He was just a little bit ahead of that one.
That should be a strikeout.
That should be the strikeout. But he's staying.
That's 3. 2 foul balls and a call strike 3.
I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll take it, but it ain't right.
No, it's not, because he had a foul ball to the right side and
We
one
had
to the
2
left.
foul balls and a called strike. Oh, he just flashed 1 and 2 on his count. So maybe he changed his mind on that pitch. I don't know. Pitch in the dirt, and the count will go 2 and 2.
Hey Frank, do you have another headphones?
So we're back to Deuces Wild here on the scoreboard. 2 and 2 with 2 away. Grounder foul. No play on the ball by Coach Clark, who was out of reach. Ricky Hockett battling on a 2-2 count with the bases loaded. That pitch comes inside, and now we're at full.
I was just going to try to monitor what we're. Yeah, that's what that's for. Yeah, that's what I was just going to try to monitor.
Count full.
I just didn't have it up here.
2 away. Fry comes set. Grounder towards third, and that will be. Oh, he stepped on it in time. He dropped it, but he picked it up just in time. Jordan Helm able to keep the ball in front of him for the put out at third. That's Lachlan Ross out at third. For the Rebels, it's 1 run on no hits, no errors, and 3 left. We'll head to the top of 2 with the Rebs down by 1. 2-1 your score.
Same volume for both of you guys now. That's good. This game was off up here.
And it might be time. Yes, it is time. We're going to thank a sponsor. Well, heck, because of everything he's been doing up here in the booth, we're going to thank Pouch Enterprises and Kevin Pouch, who happens to be a member of our board, for his sponsorship of the Newton Rebels. He's figured out a way to straighten out our audio problems this evening. It's truly a case of the blind leading the blind, but it worked. That's all that's important, right? Yeah. So, hey, yes, beautiful night at the ballpark tonight. If you're anywhere near Newton, Kansas, come on down. I was running late today because I headed over to Athletic Park for a Juneteenth celebration. And didn't have much time for a burger, though they smelled really good, but was glad to be a part of that. And while I was there, I got to talk to some folks, and boy, I'll tell you, the Mexican-American fast pitch softball tournament's coming to town the weekend of July 4, and they've got something really cool coming. They've 18 and under USSA national team that's going to be playing in town for that tournament, Frank.
I used to play in that tournament, played in that tournament for about 15 years, and
Yep.
it's always a fun time. Of course, back then, it used to be at the Guadalupe Church,
Well, that is a ways back.
way back.
Yeah, that tournament been going on now for almost 75 years. So, Alex Epp now at the plate for the Sunflower Seeds.
And I bet you can't tell me what the best thing about that tournament is.
The food.
The food, exactly.
Yep, I have to go over there for the dip, the chip dip. That's the only time I can get that stuff. And I have hounded and pestered every family member I know associated with that to try and get a recipe, and they're tight-lipped, man.
They have.
I've been at it for 20 years. I can't get anybody to tell me.
They have very good food there at that tournament.
0-2 now to the designated hitter, Alex Epp. This is his first appearance at the plate in this ball game, coming in the second. Martinez delivers, pops him up foul, and that'll go out of play. That tournament is one of my favorite events of the year. You can't get a more family-oriented event than that one.
Epp is a 6'1", 190-pounder from Wichita, Kansas.
Inside out's a pitch over towards second base. That'll be plucked right out of the air by Jack Sechrist. And now there is one away here in the second. Bryce Nittler now coming to the plate, playing catcher for the Seeds today. And if you're curious about the Sunflower Seeds, who they are and where they came from, we'll talk a little bit about that.
Nittler's a 6', 205-pounder from Ark City, Kansas.
He'll take strike one over the outside half. 0-1 your count now. Martinez will deal, and it'll be low. The Sunflower Seeds came to being when I believe it was the Andale Club said they were not going to play this year, and the league stepped in to create a team. It's been filled with mostly guys affiliated with the Monarchs and the Diamond Dogs. Ground ball right back towards short. The throw will be to first in time, and an excellent play by Andrew Brotman. 2 away as Cale Ablazy comes to the plate. And at that time, it looked like then we would have a full slate of teams after the Sunflower League team was created. Their name picked in an online contest. That's how they became the Seeds. And then El Dorado dropped. So we're working to fill those spots on the schedule right now. Blazy takes a pitch low to open up the at-bat, and it's 1-0.
Blazy's a 5'11", 180-pounder from Wichita, Kansas.
Outside to Blazy, and the count will be 2-0. Yes, and we started this entire season not knowing anything about what the postseason will look like, and we're still waiting for those announcements. 2-0 the count to Blazy. Fouls it back to the screen.
That all depends on what the Major League does and AAA
Correct.
here in Wichita.
Correct. Wichita wants desperately to see affiliated baseball back in that brand new baseball stadium. Can't say I blame them. You spend that kind of money, you want to see the return on that investment. Swing and a miss to Blazy, and it's now 2-2. And I got to admit, I tune into SportsCenter every night just to hear what's going on with that negotiation with Major League Baseball.
Well, it's amazing how it changes every day, too.
Yes, it does. Strike 3 called. Nice pitch by Martinez. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we'll take a moment. We'll take Miller Insurance Agency Incorporated for their sponsorship of Newton Rebels baseball this year. It is those sponsorships that make all of this possible.
Yeah, people don't understand what those sponsorships mean to the organization. It doesn't matter if it's the Newton Rebels but anybody that's trying to put a team together. It really means a lot, and we really appreciate what they do for us.
So these summer college baseball teams, they have basically 3 forms of revenue. They have fees from players, they have sponsorship, and then they have tickets and concessions. And then in most cases, it's the sponsorships that make up the bulk of your operating budgets. Beautiful night at the park, isn't it, Frank?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, sure is. Can't see what the wind's doing because we don't have a flag up, but it looks like it's pretty steel out there.
Well, it looks like we've got the flag on the short pole now. Since
okay.
Since the tall pole still don't have a rope on it.
I see it. I see it now.
So Eric Garza will lead things off here in the second inning. Rebs down 2-1 as he comes to the plate. He's playing left field today.
Eric Garza is a 6'2", 195-pounder from El Paso Community College. His hometown is Houston, Texas.
First pitch, a called strike on the outside half of the plate. Swing and a miss for Garza. And that'll put the count at 0-2. And in case you're curious, Newton Rec Leagues will get started with play on Monday. So the little Tykes will be out there. They've got about a month of games.
Oh.
Ooh, that hit him on the helmet.
Yep.
So he'll earn his path to first. And in my scorecard, that's the second hit batter.
That's exactly what I was just getting ready to say. That's the second hits batter of the ball game by Blake Fry. Had one in the first inning.
Well, and, you know, if we're going to be brutally honest about it, his control hasn't been that great today. He's hit a couple and walked 3, and yeah, not a pretty start for Mr. Fry. You got to wonder if he's one of those guys that just hasn't been throwing, and now he's just going to struggle a bit as he whips himself back to shape. Caden Martinez now coming to the plate for the Rebs, playing center field today. Just missed on the outside corner. Might have been a skosh low.
It's Caden Moore.
Caden Moore?
Yes, sir.
Well, doggone it.
Caden Moore is a 5'9", 170-pounder from Gateway Community College. His hometown is Phoenix, Arizona.
And he'll take ball 2 low. I won't make that mistake again in this ball game, guaranteed.
Sorry about that. I looked over your sheet to
Yeah.
make sure you had Martinez down instead of, or see if you had Moore down or not.
It's the product of doing too many things at once, which I tend to do all the time. So count is 3-0. And he'll walk on 4 pitches. So that's 5 straight pitches out of the zone. Runners at first and second now for Jack Sechrist as he comes to the plate. This is his second appearance in the ball game. He was hit by a pitch in the first.
Correct. Jack is a 5'11", 183-pounder from Wichita State University. Hometown, Plano, Texas.
And the shocker shows he will bunt and pulls it back. Draws ball 1. Shows bunt again. This time he puts it down. He's hustling down the line, and they won't be able to handle that one. Fry unable to make the pickup on that.
Yeah, Fry looked down to get the ball, and all of a sudden he looked up to see exactly where Segrist was at, and he ended up missing the ball and then looked back down, and by that time it was too late.
You give him a hit or an error on that one, Frank?
That was a great bunt. I would give him a...
We're a homer. Let's give him the hit. First hit of the ball game here and it's a hit on the scoreboard, so you know, they're going to bail us out there. First hit of the ball game for the Rebels will load things up in the second. They had bases loaded in the first. Was able to parlay that into 1 run after a walk by Enzo Bonventre. Now, Andrew Brotman at the plate. He walked in his first appearance. He will foul this one down the line and goes after the first pitch.
Well, not only did the scoreboard bell is out, but so did Point Street. Point
There you
Street
go.
recorded that a base hit.
There you go. Got to tell you, as a coach, I'm just telling guys, you got to make him earn it at this point with what we've seen. I don't know that I'd be going after first pitches right now. But 0-1 the count nonetheless by Brotman as he's looking to get on base for the second time today. Fouls it back to the screen. That was a good pitch. And the count goes to 0-2.
Brotman's a 6'1", 185-pounder from the University of New Orleans, and his hometown is Ark City, Kansas. So he's up there with the bases loaded. No outs. Oh,
Called third strike.
great pitch there by Blake Fry.
Yes, it was. Got him looking. First strikeout of the ball game for Fry. Actually, that's not right. Lincoln Andrews struck out in the last inning, and that's who's coming to the plate right now. See if he can get himself a little revenge.
Andrews, 6'4", 215-pounder from Southeast Missouri State. Cannon City, Colorado is his hometown.
First pitch will be a worm burner, and it'll be 1-0. Pitch in the dirt again. We go to 2-0.
Nice job there by Bryce Nittler to keep that in front of him.
Yes, it is. That's one of those fundamental things in baseball we've been trying to teach the little kids in the park across the street. Just keep the ball in front of you. Called strike on the outside corner. Decent pitch right there, and the count is now 2-1.
Rebels got to get something going here with 1 out.
Yes, we do. We got bases jammed, and we got to make something happen. Fouls one back towards the screen.
In the first game at cost us, we had runners at second and third with 1 out, and then in the 2 innings later, we had runners at second and third with 2 outs and couldn't score them. So this is a big inning here for the Rebels.
Yes, it is. We got to get some good situational hitting right here. Full count now on Lincoln Andrews. Infield playing back. They're looking for that double play ball. And that'll be foul.
Uh-oh, I don't know what happened to the home plate umpire, but looked like he might have got something in his eye. Might have been dirt or something because I didn't see the ball get anywhere near him.
Oh, no. We're looking at dirt in a contact or something to that effect.
Nice job there by Andrews to hang in there on that pitch because it was inside and he fought it off.
Yes, sir. So we're going to stay here at full count. Rebs need him aboard in any way possible. And that'll work well outside. That's a walk and an RBI for Lincoln Andrews. Garza will be your Rebels safe at home.
And here comes the head coach for the Seeds. Talk to their pitcher.
That should be it. This would be his second visit.
You want to go through some more sponsors, or do you want to take a small break?
Oh, I'll give some sponsors.
Okay.
Of course, at some point, I'm going to have to take a break to get something in this belly. You too, probably. And but right now, we'll thank American Family Insurance, the Ken Hall Agency, and also Duty Work. And Duty Work, a new business in Newton, and what they do is it is what it sounds like. They pick up dog crap. So there you go. I was joking with Kevin earlier that I think Turdy Works, the name Turdy Works was already taken, and I mean I know it is. If you watch True TV, you know it is. But they're new kids on the block, and we thank them for their sponsorship and their support of Newton Rebels baseball and support of the Newton community. So Rebs have tied it up here. It's 2-2 here in the bottom of the second. They've got one away, bases loaded, with a reliever headed to the mound. And we've got Brendan Dixon coming to the mound. What do you know about Brendan Dixon there, Frank?
Well, Brendan Dixon's a 6'2", 175-pounders. Him in California looks like he's from, but doesn't say the college.
All right. Joey Martinez will be the first hitter to face Mr. Dixon. And Blake Fry has given up so far 2 earned runs. He's got 2 runs charged to him, both of them earned, and he'll sit with 1 1/3 innings pitched. No decision at this point. Pop fly into center field will be caught. Runner will tag and score. And Martinez will head to second, so he'll get a... I'm sorry, Martinez will not head to second. Sechrist will head to second. Martinez is your runner safe at home.
Score is now 3-2 in favor of Newton. At second base is Lincoln Andrews, and at third base is Jack Sigris.
Ross drew a walk in his first appearance today, that coming in the first. Rebs sending a lot of guys to the plate, enough that we should be seeing a few more runs on the board than we do.
And Lachlan Ross is a 6', 195-pounder from Kobe College, and his hometown is Sydney, Australia.
So the Aussie flares one to right that will be caught, but the Rebs do get a run in this inning. Actually, a pair of them. 2 runs on 2 hits. And they'll leave 2 aboard.
That's correct. The end of 2 innings of play. It's Newton Rebels 3 and the Sunflower Seeds 2.
And we'll head to the top of 3. Looks like Zach Martinez will be coming to the plate. Due up will be Jordan Helm, Cooper Elliott, and Caleb Farmer.
Set everything back to default, which changed everything back.
And Rebs looking for win number 1, and if they get it, they go to 1-3 in the league. All 3 of those losses coming at the hands of Hutch, and a traditionally strong team for this league. Jordan Helm will make his first appearance at the plate for the Seeds here to lead off the third. He's playing third base today, wearing lucky number 13. Martinez will deliver strike 1, swing and a miss. Helm took a big cut, and it'll be 0-1.
Jordan Helms, a 5'9", 170-pounder from Wichita, Kansas.
Martinez will bounce one in the other batting box, and count will be 1-1. High and tight. We'll set it at 2-1.
Sounds real good, Chad.
Just a bit outside, and the count is 31. Reminds me I need to go watch up my Harry Doyle. Swing and a miss. Another big cut from Jordan Helm, and sets the count at full.
Helm looking for his first hit of the season. He's 0 for 2 in the season.
And he'll draw the walk. And that'll bring Cooper Elliott to the plate. Elliott singled in the first.
Cooper Elliott comes in batting 300. Has been up the bat 10 times and has 3 hits.
Throw to first. Helm back in plenty of time. Do not like those leadoff walks. We'll see what happens. Throw to first. Helm back in plenty of time.
Cooper Elliott, 6'1", 165-pounder out of Andover, Kansas.
Fouls one off his foot. That never feels good. 0-1 the count now to Cooper Elliott. Pitch is upstairs and outside. 1-1 now your count. Martinez has slowed himself down a bit. Fly ball to right was initially misplayed, but Ricky Hockett able to get to it and make the catch. And that'll bring up Caleb Farmer. Had a 2-run dinger in the first. Upstairs over the hands. 1-0 now the count to Farmer.
We don't have a speed gun here, but that was a pretty good pitch there by Martinez. Had some pretty good velocity.
2-0 the count. Called strike now on Caleb Farmer. Throw to first, not in time. A fly ball towards right. Ricky will camp underneath it and make the play. That's a pair of putouts for him, back to back, actually. And that'll bring up Casey Mays. Grounded out to short in his first appearance in this particular ball game.
And Chad, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but Ricky Hockett there at out in right field went back nicely and set his feet to where he was able to throw that ball in quickly to keep the runner at first base.
Yeah, that's always an important consideration right there. Little dribbler towards first. The flip 3-1 is what you're going to score that one. Well played by Lincoln Andrews. And so despite a leadoff walk, that runner goes nowhere, and it's no runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left, and we'll head to the bottom of 3. Due up for the Rebs in the third will be Bonventre, Hockett, and Garza.
And I'm going to let you have it for just a little bit. I'm going to help Kevin with the cameras, get them adjusted. So I'll
try and get things in a little better exposure there. It's starting to get dark.
Yep, it's starting
Right,
to get
the
dark.
sun's starting to go down.
They're starting to show a little darkness on the screen here. So he's going to try to go adjust them.
We'll take this chance to thank Conradi Insurance Group and Dan Heinze in particular, and also Boston Insurance for their sponsor of Newton Rebels baseball this year. Brendan Dixon will come back to the plate. He's induced a pair of flyouts, though one of those did allow a run to score in the second. And here comes Enzo. Bonventre will take ball 1 up and away. Dixon delivers. Strike on the outside half of the plate. And the count is 1-1. Bonventre will sky one on the infield. And that will be caught by Jordan Helm. He made it interesting, but he did make the catch. And that'll bring up number 30, Ricky Hockett. If you would recall, would have reached on a fielder's choice to end the first. Off-speed pitch to open the at-bat will be let go by for ball 1. Swing and a miss by Hockett. From my vantage, it looked a little high, but he went after it anyway, and the result is strike 1 and an even count at 1-1. Missed on the outside, and we'll head to 2-1. Called strike. Off speed. 2-2 count now to Ricky Hockett.
Kevin, needs to be focused just a little bit.
2-2 the count.
Right there.
Grounder towards third will be fielded, and the throw will be in time. Jordan Helm making the play. 5-3 if you're scoring at home.
Now batting number 9, Eric Garza.
And now Eric Garza coming to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the second, and the first pitch here will be fouled down towards the visitors' bullpen. Count will be 0-1. Pitch will be low, below the knees, and the count goes to 1-1. And the count will run to 2-1 after Dixon will miss with the third offering of the at-bat. Called strike on the inside half. Garza thought about going after that pitch, but decided it was too far inside for him to do much with, and the result is strike. That off the catcher's shin guard, and the count is now full. Full count, 2 away. Off the bat handle, will be caught out in right field with a wounded duck offering. And that'll be caught by Dylan Phillips out there. For the Rebels, it's 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left. First 3 up, 3 down for the Rebels in this ball game. And we'll head to the top of 4. Rebs up by 1. Due up will be Dylan Phillips, Micah Grover, and Alex Epp. And Martinez back on the bump to start the 4th. He's been through the lineup just once, so we're seeing him for the second time in the lineup anyway.
Actually, Martinez has done a really good job, except for that first inning. He gave up the walk and then the home run for the second batter. Otherwise, he put 1, 2, 3 in the second inning, and then faced 4 batters with started off with a walk in the third. So he's really settled down and done a fine job so far for the Newton Rebels.
Yeah, right now his line would look like 3 innings pitched, 2 runs given up, both of them earned, with a strikeout. And, wow, no walks. So he has not been putting people on. And let us hope that that trend continues and that he can keep moving forward here. Dylan Phillips coming to the plate here. He grounded out in his first appearance, that coming in the first inning.
Yeah, so far Martinez, his line reads he's faced 12 batters. He's given up 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 base on balls, and 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, if I had a strikeout, I didn't log there, so you are correct. First offering up and away, and the count is